Hey YouTube. Alright. It's we've been going through some nasty weather, so it hasn't been warm enough for me to work out here. But it's relatively nice today. At least the sun's out and the wind's sort of died down. Alright, so remember from way back, this is where the bed's gonna go. And I want to be able to at least look out from bed, see how it is. So I'm going to put these little windows in, and so let's start with the outs. We'll step outside. We'll start out there. The way these windows work, there's a gasket around it, and this would be from the inside. Screw through, and it'll hold it together. Now, so this I'm going to make a trim around the outside here. This is just a little bit bigger than that hole. So what I'm going to do is I'll get this up here, figure it out where it's got to go, and mark around it. So let's get up there. Okay, so I've drawn around the outside. I did the inside just for giggles, but I'm going to put a couple holes in close to it. If you remember from way back, when I took these the old bus windows out, this metal is backed up by 1/2 inch plywood. So I'm going to use a metal blade that should cut through the plywood all right, and then we'll go from there. So first step, drill a couple holes. Well, here we go. So trim a little bit, I think, somewhere. We have the hole through. Now the interior piece got to go against the wall. This is, I'm going to put just this same kind of underlayment I use on the ceiling as the wall. And so I'm going to attach this temporarily, mark it, take it down, we'll cut it, we'll put it back up, we'll get it lined. case I haven't mentioned it before, I ran across this. I used to be a ranger for a Girl Scout camp, and there was a forum, rangers.net, I think it was, a long time ago. One of the guys came up with this great idea for sawhorses. Usually they're down this way and solid. Basically, it's just a 2x4s and a square at a convenient height. I like this one. A couple hinges so you can change the size, fold it up, transport. But if you put two of them like this, and you're cutting a piece of plywood in any direction, anybody who's ever cut plywood on sawhorses know there's always a problem with a piece falling off or whatever. This way it's supported all over. When you cut it, it just stays there. You can cut one in half, one half's here, one half's there. Best sawhorses I ever saw, and anytime I need them, this is what I make. So, just a little tech tip for the day, I suppose. All right, let's get that inside piece in. All right. Now I'm going to put the window in. I'll put some caulk. There's that rubber gasket. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to run a bead of caulk around, and it also help hold it in place while I run back and forth, because it's just me. All right, so I'll be right back. We'll get this in, and I'll show you what it looks like. Window's in. It's not exactly the way it should have gone. This wall is just a little too thick for this trim. So what I did was I caulked it. I screwed it on from the outside. It's not going to go anywhere. But this is going to be inside the bed. I'm going to be doing something special to the wall anyway, so I'm going to bounce around some ideas. So I may just dispense with this trim and do a nice wood trim, which will be fun to do, curbs and all. So, all right. So this does open up, so I get a little air in. And there we go. Next step, we'll start working on the bed, which may be a couple of things. So, all right, I'll step outside. I'll give you a shot from the outside, and then we'll come. Okay, so like I said, this is what it looks like from the outside. I'll trim off the excess caulk once it sets up, do a little touch up on the blue paint. But I said basically I just went around, screwed it with the 8 screws. It's not going to go anywhere. It's into the metal and the wood underneath. So there we go. Moving along. Hopefully it'll start getting warm. We had a couple of beautiful days as far as warmth, a little bit wet. So hey, it's spring. It's the end of March, and sooner or later it's going to have to start warming up. See you later, YouTube. Don't forget, if you like what I'm doing, want to help me out a little bit, or you just want one of these really cool stickers, you can click on the donate button on the main page, and for every $5 donation, I'll send you 2 of these little beauties. Make great rust bandages, suitable for small buses or big buses.